following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 2. Hello everyone and welcome back to the February Flurry here on the channel. We just wrapped up the ski jumping regional final and we are going to keep things rolling with our second match of the day in D2, and it is going to be the curling regional final as we determine the first half of the right side of the final four bracket. It's going to be number 5 seed Sky taking on number 15 seed AiCoVT. We'll see who gets to win. This is going to be a veteran versus a rookie here, the first of 3 for the remaining matches. We'll see who ends up coming out on top in this one. We saw the outcome from earlier today. We'll take a look at the bracket. Starting from earlier, Lavina getting the win an hour ago over Shaddix in a 5-3 win. Shaddix, the other 15th seed, goes down. AiCoVT is the last one left in the bracket, looking to make the final four as the sole 15 seed. We'll see if he does that or if the 15 line comes to an end in this round. But going back to the curling region, let's take a look at both these players' paths to get here, starting with Sky, who's the higher seed. It has been quite the road for Sky, to say the least. 2 games that go full distance, very close match against Minute Maid to start things out, and then having to pull off a reverse sweep over Blake to get the win there was not looking good, especially with this tournament being very upset heavy. Sky was looking to be down and out, but managed to find a way to bring it back, even with a card disadvantage in the ammo, and got the win in the round of 32, and then another close match in the round of 16 with Hull 5-3 win in that one. Has only dropped 3 games in all three so far. So potentially looking to keep that trend going to get the win here, but Sky has really kept it close in a lot of these matches here. So if this game comes down to the wire, Sky will be well prepared to take on the final few matches. But on the other side, AiCoVT, what started off with a big upset over Emmy in the opening round, kind of started the upset chaos here in this tournament, and then just kept it going there, dominated over goal 4-1, and then actually had a very dominant showing against Orochi with a 5-2 victory. Kind of put Orochi into a corner early on, and Orochi could never recover. And now AiCoVT is here with a 13-5 game record, so doing pretty well there overall, but hasn't really been in too many close games yet. We'll see which side emerges, whether we'll have someone get an early lead or if this one goes right down to the wire. We saw the first game earlier go down pretty much to the wire. Ended up being 5-3. Lavina had a 4-2 lead at one point, but that game was getting really close, so had a good start here. We'll see if this matchup can keep the momentum going here, but again, both players looking to join this Final Four bracket. We see Lavina already locked in as the ski jumping region champion. Winner of this one will fill the lower part of the right side here as the curling region champion, and then we'll face the snowboarding regional champion as their Final Four matchup. But enough wasting time, let's get into it. I'm going to be solo commenting this one again, but we have our ref Joao here, and then both our players. I'm going to start with Sky on this one. I talked about in the pregame, you've been having very close matchups throughout this entire run, and now you go up against the 15 line, which has caused a lot of buzz throughout this tournament. First time you're a regional final here. You've been here for a while. How are you feeling going into this one with potentially a lot on the line here in this best of 9 here today? All right, and Sky's gonna type this one. Is gonna type. We're gonna while Sky types, we'll go to AiCoVT to see what he has to say. Last 15 seat left. I know with the 15 seats have been kind of forming a little bond here, but you are the last one left in the field here after Shaddix fell earlier today. How are you feeling going into this one, going up against Sky, and just general thoughts on what you gotta do to be able to get the win here and be the first 15 seed in the Final Four in G2 history?
Yeah, I mean, definitely nervous. I mean, it is a little scary when you see uh your last fellow, 15 seed go down right before you play, but at the same time, it was to my good friend Lavina. So I feel like I'm going to take that in stride and say that I was the one chosen to keep the 15 line alive. I'm going to meet my good friends Lavina and Telna in the final four, and we're gonna just push for it. In terms of this match, I think it's just I got to keep my play up. I think with Orochi, I feel like it was the last time, the last match I played was the first one that it really wasn't like a clear misuse of a power play or something that just set my opponent behind. So, and I don't expect a mistake like that in this match either, or at least I'm not planning on it. So we're just gonna give it our all and hope it goes well.
All right, thank you. And you did mention you have like a little trio there going on. All of you still in Lavina, making it to the final four. If you make it, that'll be two, and then Telna later tonight, which will be the last match, looking to make it 3 for 3. And then the snowboarding region champion with between KGS and Devin will be kind of the odd person out in that final four. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But got to get through this match first. Uh, enough rambling on. We'll get this one rolling here. Best of 9 1 power play. Sky will have the call for game one here. Um, oh, I didn't read their comments. Nervous but determined to win. I know it gets the end game. I have an upper hand with my previous rounds, which, yeah, I think I would agree with that. Definitely being able to survive with the tension from the prior rounds here, is going to help Sky if this one goes down to the wire. But all right, now we'll get this going here. Sky's going to go with 13 to kick things off here, and then we'll be underway with the curling regional final. All right, and we are actually starting with Sky's card on the blue 5, so it's going to be the opener here. We'll see if that is a good omen or if it could spell disaster to come. I'm going to stay with blue for the time being. Then we got a triple play from AiCoVT's first turn here, and he'll use that to go into red. So there's an early swing to start things out. And we got a little ditto action here on the red 7, and we're going to keep it rolling on the reds here for now. Right, switch over to the yellow here. Um, there's his card. Both Shaddix and AiCoVT, the 215 seeds of the regional final. Shaddix came up short there. AiCoVT looking to technically keep that card alive in the tournament here. I will mention that the D1 match has gone to Game 7 and is in the middle of that. So got some people watching that there. Turner looking to pull the 16 over 1. The action starts up here with curling regional final here as AiCoVT, after a switch to the yellow, is going to go back into red on the wild. And we got oh wow, that is a huge play from Sky, plus 12 there. We've seen that. We actually saw that twice earlier today, and suddenly AiCoVT is up to 18 cards, and a huge lead now for Sky. But we did see a 21 card comeback from Shaddix to open up the series here. This isn't quite comeback territory in terms of the sheep, but it is still a big card differential here. All right, so start this one off. Aiko gonna go for the AiCoVT gonna go for the blue. Sky actually is able to play it here. So looking to slow things down a little bit here after the big ammo play. And AiCoVT gonna go for a run of his own 6 card run here. Had a +6 at the start, so Sky gonna be thrown back a little bit here, and the lead has nearly evaporated here. Sky still has it, but it is a much closer game now. Go with the green 6 here for Sky, looking to just kind of keep running on the numbers. And gonna go with the wild red here for AiCoVT, looking to again shake it up a little bit. The big run there for um big run there for Sky, gets a +4 and goes well, +4 into yellow, but actually goes into green. And again, just kind of keeping that lead here. I mean, there's been a good amount of times where Sky kind of has that big explosive run, gets down to 3 cards, and AiCoVT is at least double digits. And all right, there's going to be a +4 to respond here to just kind of even things out here a little bit. Sky going to be able to roll with the red for now here, but AiCoVT looking to take control of the colors while he is behind. And we'll keep going with the red. Another +4 coming in from his side. That's 3 in the, I mean, the 3 in the last 2 minutes here. They are really just coming out of nowhere. I wouldn't be surprised if the +4 is getting played for, and every single +4 has been played. That is pretty crazy. I'm wondering if the +4s were just kind of being given back and forth from said +4s, but now there's no more for a good while here, as we are out of +4s and still with 47 cards left in the deck. Sky's gonna draw on red here. AiCoVT looking to capitalize, and he will do so with a switch into green. Alright, so Sky draws on green here. AiCoVT looking to keep it rolling. Both with 8 cards here. Sky is probably looking for a switch. They will get it onto the yellow. And then AiCoVT gonna go with the yellow here. And I think both are kind of riding along each other. But just as I say that, Sky is going to elect to leave an open +2 and will draw. Throws 2 extra cards AiCoVT's way, but Will there be a response? No, it's just going to be closing the door here and keeping it on yellow. And that's going to allow Sky to get out of it. But no, AiCoVT has the double on the yellow 8. Does not allow the switch. Looking to keep it yellow here. But Sky has the blue 8 double as well. And they will get the they will at the moment get the last laugh unless another 8 comes in. No blue for AiCoVT, and he is out. Sky looking to get the advantage here as they keep rolling down on the cards down to 4. Blues are rolling here. We're about 8 minutes in. AiCoVT having trouble getting something going here on this blue color. Sky is able to just kind of roll in it. But Sky has ran out close to the end here on this blue. Both get top decks here, but now are looking to get out of this blue at some point. AiCoVT is actually going to open up the switch here into yellow. Sky does not have any, so this works out well for AiCoVT. That actually allows him to traverse the colors here now into green. Could throw off Sky with those extra draws. Although that's that double play that Uno is definitely not going to make him feel easy. Or at ease. Either or. Just gonna play the number here. And unfortunately the green is gonna be what Sky needed to end that one. And that's gonna be it's kind of a slight indirect fatal switch there. And had the red one there, so ultimately made the wrong choice on that one to stay green. But yeah, I mean technically committed to the green, so most times you want to kind of just stick with it. This time it did not work out. But yeah, Sky gets the opening win here. Up 1-0. Sky, just kind of thoughts on that game. You had some pretty good ammo. I mean, there was a back and forth exchange on the +2s and maybe this, or the +4s, and maybe this could be for both. When you were throwing the +4s to each other, were you just getting +4s like off the draws from those as they were going back and forth? Because there was like a 2-minute sequence where we just got rid of all of them in the middle of the game. All the +2s gave me the +4s, huh? So the +2s ended up not working out there. Sky, you also went for the +12 early there. Just kind of thoughts on that. Made a big gap there early on. It ends up working out, but there was definitely moments where you were getting iced out and it was looking to be potentially troublesome on your end. Started with +2, 2 reverses, 2 skips, 2 +4, so wild. That was your starting hand? Wow. So, I mean, from what it looks like, both players with really strong starting hands. Um, Sky had nothing else but the 12 chain to do. +2 reverse, 2 skips, 2 plus 2s were the difference. Offset too hard with 3 of them, yeah. But uh back and forth first game, bit of an ammo war to open things up. Again, 9 minutes 38 for that one. We'll see how this kind of impacts the rest of the series here, but we're gonna go to game 2. Sky with the call still. Just can't pick 13. Rest of the board is open. Joao had something pop up and has to go, so now I'm gonna have to do both. That's unfortunate. Um, well, hopefully the 6 p.m. game is a little bit more helpful. And well, of course. Oh man, we are loving these +4 starts in this tournament. The 15th bajillionth one. Oh man. Oh man, that is. I don't understand why this keeps popping up. I don't. It's this how this happens so many times. We'll see if we get a culture draw here or not. Sky, um, Sky having some doubts here. Gonna elect to go for it, and there it is. There is the culture draw. AiCoVT gonna stay truthful. I think he's also afraid of the voodoo, so I think that is reasonable. But Sky looking to get things going on what will now be a 9-card start. Costa just won the D1 game. Off a fatal number placement, also, unfortunately. And speaking of number placements, we have a crazy, crazy, chain of nines there. But we're gonna stick with it on blue. We've had so many teases today of a rainbow, but none have been found as red pops in. First card player of the culture has played green 9. Field calls out for disrespect. I know we have a few people watching from afar, not in the VC, but um, we'll see. All right, gonna roll with blue here. But now we got the +4. So again, another +4. So many +4s are coming in early in this series here. Kind of had the split there with all 4 played in the game 1, and now Sky coming in with another one here. This looks to be a series that we're going to see a lot of +4s in, which I'm not really sure how well that bodes for how things will go on one side or the other. Gonna keep it going with the red though. And wow, that's it. Okay. Quick run there on the red. Ended up having a two-parter there with the 4-card run. Red skip into yellow, and that'll do it. That'll be 2-0 Sky now. Could have pivoted the green, but would have been a corner, so didn't seem like there was too many options there for AiCoVT there. 324 on that one. But yep, Sky, I mean, that looked to be a pretty solid hand off the start. Had a bit of a draw. I think only actually looking at this now, only one draw on the blue. But then was able to top deck and get out of it. Although you did have the +4 afterwards, so I just kind of want to ask what that one draw was. That kind of helped you get to the win. Wanted to hold the +4 for a run, but said screw it and took the risk, hoping wouldn't anything stop me. The blue was your draw. Oh, okay, so the blue 6, so elected to go for the +4 afterwards, but all right, well, it worked. It ended up working out. Sky up 2-0, but arrow goes to AiCoVT here. We'll see what he ends up doing here as he's looking to bring this back. This is kind of a similar start. He's gonna go with the full send here. But this is kind of a similar start with the first first game match, or Shaddix actually got up to a 2-0 lead, so a little bit flipped, but Shaddix actually got up to a 2-0 lead. But we'll see if AiCoVT can make it 2-2 here, or if this will follow a bit of a different formula. But gonna go with the full send here. We're gonna start it up. Green 1 will be the start here. Got the green going to start this one out here. And we do get the switch to red. AiCoVT looking to get something going here to kind of help him out. Double play on the yellow here. Sky up 2-0. But yeah. Alright. On the blue here now. I think both have been able to kind of run this through so far. Yeah, both without a draw thus far. AiCoVT going to switch into green now. Oh, man. Another big run here from Sky. 4-card run at the moment, looking to be more. And there's going to be a +4 thrown in there as well, and ends on blue. So that's going to be a 6-card run here, and once again, similar to some of these other runs, is at 3 now. Didn't quite have 3 on the game 2 run there, had 4, but kind of been able to get these mid-game runs here to put themselves in an advantageous position. AiCoVT going to elect to go for the wild. Realized it did not start the clock. Sky actually has the red here, so keeping themselves alive in terms of the run. And wow, that's actually gonna be what they kind of needed. They had another blue, another blue 3 there. Actually, 3 lineup there, overall, and Sky with seemingly another good hand here to make it now 3-0 here. And suddenly AiCoVT is getting a bit rattled here, from the card differential. Yeah. Technically that was going to be a tough spot to be in, no matter what on the wilds there. But before we jump into game 4, just kind of any thoughts so far, on anything you can maybe do to just kind of get things maybe swinging your momentum here, because definitely does not seem like the cards are helping you out thus far. Got a hand reveal. Yeah, double +4, some ammo there. Yeah, that was even with some numbers, that's pretty well set up. You have some good number linkage there. Really just not going my way right now. And while a game against Orochi being balanced out is fair, I don't think this is the way I should go out, which is fair enough. We'll see what happens here, but not the start that AiCoVT was hoping for. We're gonna run with the full send again here. Gonna try to see if that works this time. Didn't work the first time. Game 4 now. My scoreboard's kind of getting all over the place. Should be updated now. This blue 5, yeah, the blue 5 is popping up again. Happened in game 1. End up being a good omen then. Will it be a good omen once more for Sky here? But yeah, actually AiCoVT gonna elect to switch the red here. Try to get off that blue to start things off. But again, if AiCoVT wins here, full send will be disabled for the rest of the series. Yeah, Sky going with the red 5. Red joins back up. And after the red here, Sky has elected to get the switch back into blue here. And AiCoVT really does not want the blue, trying to play around it. Red is disappointed by joining and then the red going away. But yeah, we're going to run with yellow for the time being. Got the four bagger there from AiCoVT, so really trying to get a little aggressive here. Really wants to get this game win, because 4-0 is definitely going to be a mountain to climb in this series. And getting a win here could get some momentum back on their side potentially. Yellow force crossover into switch over into green here, not a crossover. Oh man, another run from Sky here, and it's gonna be +6. Goes into blue. We'll take the lead with that. And then ends it with the blue 3. So that's a 5-card run here. Another big run from Sky, which has really kind of been um, very much a common occurrence thus far in this series here. But AiCoVT going to switch into green. Sky going to go with the green as well. But another big run that will help give Sky the lead here. Looking really good thus far. Has been able to execute so far in the series on the first 3 games, looking to make it 4. So we got some more people popping in. If you're just joining us, Sky out to an early 3-0 lead here, but AiCoVT looking to bring this one back with the full send. Switches over the red, so AiCoVT looking to do the switches here. Wasn't liking the green anymore, and actually Sky's gonna go into the wild go into the blue with the wild. Both kind of getting down on the cards here. Sky with still a decent lead at the moment. And AiCoVT is going to immediately shut that down with a +4. Was not liking how that was shaping up to be and is going to quickly stop that and will now elect to go into the blue and plays Sky's own card actually. We're going to keep it rolling with the blues here now. Double blue 1 from AiCoVT actually, and that actually allows Sky to switch the yellow without having to leave the blue open before. But now it keeps going on the yellow here. Does Sky get the Uno? No, Sky does not get the Uno. Sky is out on yellow. So only one yellow being able to only one yellow in the hand for Sky. Game is tied onto red here. Sky has a play on the red 9. Does AiCoVT follow? It does. Red 7. Both low on cards. Sky does not have an answer. And AiCoVT has the check here and is in a pretty good position here, and Sky will not have an answer, and AiCoVT is going to be on the board here with the full send in game 4, so gets on the board 3-1 here in this one. Scars, if I could ask you to pop in for ref here, Joel had to go suddenly, so would be appreciated. Yes, thank you. 528 on this one, 520 on this one, so that's about middle range here. But yeah, we'll go to AiCoVT. You're on the board here finally. Definitely was not an easy game to win, but was able to kind of find your way and got the kind of checkmate on the blue wild here. Just kind of thoughts on the board and how this could potentially translate going into the rest of the series here. Now that you're kind of out of the drought that started off with the first three games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take anything for granted here. Obviously, this could have just been a little fluke, and it immediately goes back to cards being slammed against me for games 5 and 6, and I just lose like that. But A, it's not a sweep, and B, more importantly, I will hopefully not have a I will this will block the momentum and start swinging in my way, but we'll see.
All right. Had the set Sky actually? Oh wow, Sky had a potential setup there at the start, but didn't quite translate this time. Um, but yeah, Sky, you're going into game five here with the lead. Just kind of any thoughts on that one? How you're looking to try and make this 4-1 here in your advantage. Currently have a lead early, but uh, we've seen these leads go as the tournaments play on. So we'll see what happens. But just kind of any thoughts here going into game five. Just trying to keep calm and continue what I can. Now it's not the time for a mess up. That is true. This is kind of the point in the bracket where a single mistake could be very costly here. But gonna go into game five. Sky has the call. Um, let's see. Let's take a look to see where they'll go for it. 8, 13, 15 are off the board, and gonna go with the 10 here. All right, and Scar is filling in for ref, which I do really appreciate. Takes one thing off because I have the scoreboard and commentary. But yellow plus two is going to be the start on this one, so we have a plus two opportunity here. Will Sky take it? We've seen a lot of plus sixes and plus 12s so far, but I'm going to elect to shut that door and play with the yellow. All right, both running with the yellow to start this one out. Again, this is the second match of four today for D2. After this, at 6 p.m., will be the snowboarding regional final between KGS and Devon in a matchup that will have history be defined in one way or the other. And then wrapping it up in the evening will be Telna and Dilemma, which is tentatively 8 p.m. It might get pushed back, though. We'll see. We'll probably let you know what happens with that one. But um, yeah, after a quick stint on green, we're back in yellow here. But now Sky goes back to blue after trying to get into it earlier. But no, AiCoVT is going to have the red, and we do actually have a rainbow here on the twos. So pop out the Skittles for that one. That is the first of the round after getting so many teases. Ooh, and we get a reverse into the wild green here. And Sky in position here again to try and capitalize. Got all the Skittles gifts coming in from the rainbow too. Wow. Okay, so AiCoVT is gonna go for power play here. And it's gonna be for a switch. So uses it to switch the color here. Try to be defensive. Also adds an extra card to Sky's hand. And this might work out here. Sky has to draw. I'm wondering if Sky maybe had a finish there, and that would be a very, very well placed power play if that's the case. Does get the switch into blue, but AiCoVT has to draw here. I do have a feeling AiCoVT was not feeling great about the way things were going. It felt needed to try something here. And gets a top deck +4. Oh my goodness. And that power play is going to end up working out here, and it's 3-2 now. Sky would look to be potentially one away also, as they mentioned the power play. Sky, if you want to just elaborate more on that one, kind of how close you were on getting the win. You had 3 cards left before that happened. Oh wow, had the green reverse, green +2. Were we on green? No. Power play. That would have been for the ending there, actually. Yeah, so actually, AiCoVT with a very well placed power play to really shift the dynamic of how that game went, and that could be huge. That could really be huge. In terms of how the rest of the series plays out, he was not doing too great. It makes it 3-2 instead of it being potentially 4-1. That could be a especially coming after the game 4 win. That could be a huge momentum swing for AiCoVT. But just going to him real quick, just thoughts on the feeling to use the power play there, and just kind of for that to end up working out, especially at the end, getting a top deck +4 to win that one.
Yeah, I really hated using that power play there. Like, I hated having to use it just because I knew it wasn't a guaranteed out. But I felt like I potentially could have had like the momentum there with the red, Skylar just dodged out of it with that red reverse into the green wild. So I felt like there was maybe a way that Skylar would have to draw and I'd be able to just go out. Um, but yeah, I never really like to play a power play unless I'm going out. But that green wild gave me a nasty pit in my stomach, and I couldn't just play my green 5.
All right, well, was able to eventually get the green. Was it able to get the green 5? Played with the power play into red, and that ends up turning out well for you to get the win. Um, Actually, ironically, you were one away from the win before Sky blocked with the blue, but then the top deck saved you there. So that ended up being lined up pretty well here, and potential momentum shift here. We'll have to see how it turns out. Game 6, Sky still has the call here. We'll see where they go. This time, looking to make it 4-2 and try to stop the bleeding a little bit. Gonna go with 12. And yellow 3 will start. I think it's like the third time we've had yellow 3 today so far. From my memory, I think this is the first time, though, for the series in specific. But Sky, again, gonna just kind of keep it on the original color here. Went with 8 in the went with 15 no, went with 10 what am I talking about? Went with 10 in the prior game. Gonna go up a little bit to 12 here as they run the yellow, but now we have a switch to blue, but no, AiCoVT has double yellow 9 to keep it there, and that forces Sky into an early draw. AiCoVT really kind of running with this momentum here, and that early draw is definitely going to help him, but Sky gets the switch off the tough 0 switch. And now we're back on blue. Both are really looking to run this one down here. But AiCoVT with the lead due to that extra draw that Sky had after the double yellow 9. Yeah, running it down on blue here. Game win here for AiCoVT will make it essentially a best of 3. However, you'll be power playless. Sky will still have it. And a wild red looking to shake things up here. What will Sky do here? Doesn't really have control of the game at the moment here, but that could always change the player too. Ooh, and a slap in the face with the +2 right off the bat, and a 3 card run here. And I mentioned it can kind of take control with a player with the single play, and we kind of saw that there. Sky is able to get a little bit of a lead here and kind of take the red color for their own. And just they say that they draw, so now they lose it again. But double play from AiCoVT on the red 1 here, so self dittos. And now Sky is looking to be in a bit of trouble here as they have no more red. AiCoVT gonna run this one down here on the red. Sky gets top deck. Try to stay low. But AiCoVT has just got a lot of red here and is going to keep it going. But I switch the blue is going to help Sky a little bit. Looking to give an out for Sky at the moment, and now they're actually going to run blue. AiCoVT does not have any blue and is going to have to keep drawing. Sky continuing with the blue, another blue card, blue 7, and there's the switch from AiCoVT into the green. Crossover into yellow, that might be what Sky wanted. AiCoVT with no option here. Does Sky get the Uno? Sky is typing. Sky's going to elect the power play. Does not want to risk it here. And this will probably be the game win. Another switch into green, and it's going to be the green 2 to end it. So three sevens to end that one. And Sky ends it on green, and now it's going to be 4-2. Green reverse, green skip, red reverse. Wow, that would have been... that's another power play that actually ends up working out very well. That's both players with really good power play timings. That is crazy that we had 2 in the same series. Yeah, because I mean the linkage was right there. That would have been a 5-card finish. So back-to-back games, we have a power play that is very impactful on who wins that game. And that kind of evens it out now because it's 4-2. Both had it where it changed the game. Sky would have had it one without the power play in the last game, but this time AiCoVT would have had it one without the power play. So weirdly, that actually balanced out. That's 2 great power play usages, but in the end, I think it's going to be Sky that gets the advantage here because now they're up 4-2 here, only needing one more win to make it to the Final Four. Sky, just thoughts on electing to go for power play there. I know you mentioned you were considering power play in Game 5, didn't go for it there. Did how Game 5 play out put a bit of an influence on electing to go for it there, and just kind of how you're feeling after seeing what the result would have been had you not used it? And while Sky's typing, AiCoVT kind of thoughts. You had the great power play in the last game, kind of flips back onto you in this one. It's 4-2 here. No power plays left, but it's going to be clean all the way, but you got to win the last 3. How are you feeling about this one? What do you think you got to do to be able to try to make this comeback here and get the win?
I mean, I'm honestly, I'm kind of not sure. It's really feeling like each of these games I'm losing, like most of them have been just like really barely being cut out right from the end there of just not getting there in time. So it's kind of feeling like a bit of a gut punch right now. And it's infuriating, I'll be totally honest. So, I mean, I'm just gonna hope that, things go my way for these last couple rounds and maybe I can pull it back. We'll have to see.
All right. Well, for Sky, their thoughts on the power play was gonna wait till the end of the game to use it, but wanted to secure the win and not fumble it like last game. So, that ends up working out. Game 7, AiCoVT is gonna have the call for the next 2. He's gonna have to win the last 3 to win this series here. Similar spot that Shaddix was in. Got the win in this one, but lost game 8. We'll see if a similar fate falls onto AiCoVT or if he can change the tail here and get it done. Could be a 7-card start here for game number 7, the OG start, and it starts with the red 9, which Scars believes is a good luck charm. And they hope he's going to have a start here on the red. It's going to be a classic Uno game on this one, especially with power play being gone. That won't be a factor. So you're going to be playing it pretty much straight up. Double play here. from Sky. AiCoVT still stuck on red, and now Sky's out on red. So Sky with the lead, but both out on red. We're going to go into an early draw city here. And both trying to look for the option to get out of red and get this game going. But also looking to build those hands. But AiCoVT gets the blue 8, and we're likely going back underway here. Series has been a little quicker than the ski jumping regional final, but not too much of a difference here. It's about 10 minutes less to this point compared to the prior match. Oh my god, another plus 12 comes in for Sky. A huge run there. And once again, AiCoVT is really down. And once again, this run goes to 3 cards for Sky. AiCoVT is at 21 cards. That will be comeback if they can pull it off. Gonna elect to go for the switch into red. Sky has it though. Sky believes it's fine, maybe. Double play from AiCoVT. And it will not be fine for Sky. Sky has the draw. It's actually, you know, I don't really know what the hand AiCoVT has, but didn't elect to go for a +4 or +2 there. You know, the patience is gonna be able to pay off. So if he does have those cards, he's gonna be able to hold on to those for a bit longer. Gonna roll with the red for now here, looking to bring this one back. And now he's going to switch off to red and goes into blue, looking to explore the colors a little bit here. Sky with no blue either. That's going to be big for AiCoVT. He has 2 colors he can work off of now. I'm just going to keep playing numbers here. Just going to keep getting rid of those cards here. Sky gets the top deck blue 8 here. AiCoVT looking to just kind of place the numbers right here, not have a switch occur, and has been doing well with that so far. Goes with the 7 now. Again, no play from Sky. Going to have to draw once more. It's similar to game 1. AiCoVT is kind of slowly reeling this one back in. Ooh, triple play on that one. Yeah, so now we're kind of starting to see some of the ammo potentially come out for AiCoVT as he's lowered this gap here, but Sky is still kind of low on cards. Not immediate finish unless we have a big run, but still not a whole lot left in the hand here. So we keep running on green. AiCoVT, I gotta say, has been playing this relatively patient despite having their back against the wall here. Just gonna keep going with the numbers here. Gonna keep going with the greens. And a +4 from Sky into yellow is gonna make it Uno. Got a bit of a jump scare there, but AiCoVT is still in it. And what's the call gonna be here? Gonna elect to go for a blue wild. And that's gonna be another ice here, so AiCoVT electing to not use any +2s or +4s. Double play here, Sky in top deck territory. Has a bit of a scare there for AiCoVT, but does not have a finish. But AiCoVT is now out on blue. I'm starting to wonder what that +12 draw actually gave him. As he is out on blue and still trying to find an answer. both drawing on the blue here. Draw City keeps on going. Now we got the switch into. Now we got not the switch. Now we got the door closed in the blue. There's the switch. Switch into yellow here. AiCoVT still behind, but looking to find a way back in this game and keep this series alive. It's had a few close calls here so far, but has been able to ice out Sky and keep himself in it. Double play there. Nothing too crazy. Sky just gonna keep running down on the yellow here. Getting close. AiCoVT with another number here. Sky is out on the yellow. But then AiCoVT gonna go with the yellow 8. And Sky gets a wild potentially off the top deck here. That could be the difference maker here. Unless there's a response from AiCoVT. He's been very patient through this game. Has not really made any bold moves, and there it is. There's the +4 strikes now. I'm gonna be wondering how long he held on to that one for, but that was a very long hold on that +4, it seems like. And another wild from Sky goes into green. Has another wild here. It is tied. Getting a little frustrated here. Does have the green 7. Tries to call out. Sky has had 5 cards. Sky gonna just try to keep it rolling here. Slight miscalculation there from AiCoVT, but keeps it going. Both with the green. Ditto play there. Oh, and I forgot about 1+4. Okay, so again, it's just kind of interesting how that one goes, but Sky just keeps going on the green here. Switch the red. It's going to be risky, but I think AiCoVT has to take a risk here. Sky gets the Uno. 1 away. What is the response here? AiCoVT with the red 5 does not like his chances, but Sky does not have red. So AiCoVT is still in the series. And now AiCoVT is at Uno himself. Sky with no play. And AiCoVT makes the comeback and is still alive in this series. That is a crazy comeback there. Only really 1+4. And maybe a few skips and reverses over the course of the game there to help, but manages to bring that one back despite the big setback. And that's going to be the second time today a 15 seed is going to make the 21 card comeback here. I'm going to say this, AiCoVT, you were, I mean, towards the end of that, you were getting a little frustrated with the wilds there, but despite running a majority of numbers, found a way to get the win. Got the number efficiency to end that one, and 4-3 now. You're still alive in this series here. Just kind of walk me through kind of your thoughts on being able to bring that one back when it was looking very dire in the middle of that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely just was so like out of it after seeing those 2 wilds in a row, that I kind of forgot my own wild was also with a +4. So yeah, that game brought out a lot of emotions at a lot of different points. But I'm glad that I'm glad that I can at least bring it one game closer to at least a game 9, if not potentially pulling out the victory.
All right. Yeah. For Sky. Again, I mean, you had the +12 there. It worked earlier. This time did not quite work out there. Had a few times we were close to Uno, but didn't quite get it. Just kind of any comments from that game, and how you're feeling going to game 8 here. Not exactly the same situation as the last series, but 4-3 here, and this is definitely going to be ends up being another close one for you here. Had to rely on number efficiency for Uno every time, so add the number lineup, but could not quite find the finish there. Oh wow, so the plus 12 actually really did not give AiCoVT much there. I was after after that was go after the as the game was going on, I was starting to wonder what that draw ended up being, and it seemed to be not a whole lot there. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll go to game 8 here. This is another one coming down. So another one that goes into game 8 misery. Fair enough. And AiCoVT gonna elect to go with the highest card start he can pick. 14, 15 is off the board for both players. And I'm gonna open up with the L2 here. AiCoVT looking to force game 9. Sky looking to send the 15 line packing, with both of them going out in 8 games. Something going on in the YouTube chat? I've not been pulling it up. Oh, oh, there's a lot, actually a lot of chatter going on. I think there's actually friends from both sides here. Um, Lavina's also in the chat as well. It's funny. That's good. That's good to see people popping into the YouTube chat. There is a someone named Katie. Yeah, someone named Katie said, "Let's go, Skylar." So I assume you know, them, but anyways, we'll go back to the game here. We were running with red, but now we're going into green. It is 4-3 here. No power plays left, so it is going to be a clean game here. We got the ditto play there, and both kind of running plan A at the moment here, which kind of is expected early on in these 14 card starts here. Usually have a good amount of time to play the cards, usually numbers. I mean, in this case, though, definitely don't want to be the first one to draw. Sky looking to end this series right here. AiCoVT looking to force game 9. I'm going to keep it going on the green. Switch into blue, though. Both running on the plan A here, but for now, AiCoVT has the advantage due to being player 1. And we got a triple play here, so that's going to break that up. Sky plays their own card to end that one. It's going to be a 3-card run here, and they will take the lead with that one. AiCoVT going to be able to keep it going on the blue here. Can Sky keep it going, or will they need the switch? They will need the switch and will not have a switch there as they draw on the blue 0. But AiCoVT, for I think the second time in this series, has gone from blue 0 to green 0 here. Is looking to keep things going as he retakes the player 1 advantage. And now we're back in the blue. Sky's own card on the 5. Does Sky have some number efficiency here? They do. Going to go with the yellow. Red 5 would complete the rainbow. Both down to 4. And AiCoVT going to be able to keep it going with the yellow here. Yellow 4 goes down to 3. Another game that's really kind of coming down to the wire here. Sky just needs one more game win to secure the series here. AiCoVT is looking to prevent that from happening. and he's going to prevent that from happening with his not his own card, Yellow Three Sports Boy, but going to prevent that happening with a 3 card run, and we are going to game 9 for the second match of the day, and this one is coming down to the wire here. Game 7 in the sense of it being the final game. I also thought we lost that game. When I looked it up, it just did not appear. So maybe someone re-uploaded it. But yeah, I mean, this one going to 9 here. Sky is going to have another game that comes down to the wire. They have been involved in two final game situations in this tournament. Last round got a small break from it, still a close series, but 5-3, and now they're going to be going into another one here to make the final four. I mean, looking at the card split, I mean the plus 12, I mean the plus twos are definitely going to be a big advantage there. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Maybe I mean 3 advantage on the wilds is a little bit, but not too insane. But the 9 is definitely going to be something to note there. But Sky, you're in another last chance game here. Game 9. I guess the only question I really have for you is how are you feeling? And then for AiCoVT, I guess the same goes to you. Down 4-2, made it 4-4 going to game 9. How are you feeling?
I'm absolutely terrified. I I mean, I was just so afraid given how the last like games have gone. It just there was just going to be a four bagger out on that yellow, and I was terrified that I was just going to lose it all right there. When I just needed one more turn, but it came through. We're at game 9. At this point, Skylar has the slight advantage of going first, but may the best player win.
All right, scared for both. Again, just a reminder, both been trying to make the final four here. Lavina already the first in the lock in. And we have one more game to go here. Who will fill in the curling regional champion spot? We will find out. One game left in the series, and this is only the second match of 4 today. So, um, mid portion of the slate is really coming down to the wire here. We go to game 9. It is Sky's call. Gonna go with 10 here. Second time we have gone to 10, and it is going to be blue 7 to open up the final game of this series and determine who will win the curling region. All comes down to the wire here. And it's going to be an early start for Sky. Going to go with the +2 here to give a bit more separation. I will mention also, Game 5 was the other time we won on 10 cards. AiCoVT was the one who won on that one. AiCoVT, despite the +2, is just going to play it cool. They've been pretty patient in this back half of the series. But going to elect to go with the blue 0. Sky with a... Oh, that's an early +4 for Sky here, going into red. Really looking to be aggressive here. Potentially a good hand to start as well. We'll see. But Sky trying to throw out some cards early. And AiCoVT is just not going to sit back and let that happen this time. Going to go with the +6 here, including a +4 at the start, and goes in the green. And that's going to pretty much even things up here. Paid back the +2 and the +4 in the same chain. But yeah, now we're kind of rolling with the green at the moment. And AiCoVT going to go with the blue switch. Another crossover. So many crossovers in this series. Yellow 9. Sky looking for the yellow here. Could be in rainbow territory with the red 9 here. We'll see, but again, both giving it their all here. There's your rainbow. Second rainbow of the series. AiCoVT concerned it might kill him. I mean, based off cards left, I would be surprised. Both at 8. And Oh man. A 4-card run from Sky there, so splits their hand in half, and I mean, I was not sure about if the if the call was there, but Sky down to 4, AiCoVT at 8, but not over per se, and gets to switch into red here. Oh, and a wild from Sky. Ammo is coming out from Sky here and really forcing AiCoVT in a bad spot. May have been a commentator's curse there on that one, but Sky running it down on the yellow. AiCoVT looking to play defense. He will. Switches the blue. Sky is looking to call game here. And it's going to be a +4 to end it. And Sky has survived their third last game situation and will make it to the Final Four in a heartbreaking ending for AiCoVT, who was looking good there, but unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yellow. I mean, Sky was gonna be running it down on yellow a good bit. The red just kind of would have been a lead on option, um, but yeah, it's gonna be Sky getting the win there. Huge win for that, and unfortunately, both Shaddix and AiCoVT come up just a bit short of the Final Four there. But Sky, going to you, just kind of any immediate thoughts on getting the win? I mean, this great run for you continues here. In what has been a very upset-filled tournament, you're gonna make it to the Final Four here as a 5 seed, which for this tournament is pretty low. We've had a lot of higher seeds left in this bracket here, but you as the 5 seed are going to be in the Final Four here as the curling region champion, and you'll be awaiting who wins the next game on the slate here in about an hour with the snowboarding region. But just any immediate thoughts here after getting the win? Just glad luck was on my side after last season. Sky with a decent advantage on the card strength metric, but um, yeah, I mean, it was still a great effort from AiCoVT. Unfortunately, comes up a little short. We'll quickly show the Final Four update here. Sky has made it in, so Sky in filling out the next spot into the Final Four for the February Flurry here as the curling regional champion here. So congratulations to Sky. But we will flip back over to the overlay here for the stream. Definitely scared for a while there, but just played the best I could. But again, down to the wire comes to my advantage. And we did say that at the top of the show, if this game was going down to the last game, Sky is definitely going to have the advantage there in terms of the mental side of it, in terms of being able to stay composed and Sky able to find some cards in their hands to help them out towards the end there, but was able to stay composed and execute on that one and got the job done there. We'll go to AiCoVT. I mean, that's a heartbreaker there on that one, but I still think that was a phenomenal showing from you for this game and in the entire tournament. Especially that game 7 win. That was a really good win there for you, especially with very little ammo on that one. Played a phenomenal game. Unfortunately, come up just a bit short here on that one. Just kind of any thoughts from how this series went for you? Any takeaways from this run overall, and just kind of thoughts going into the rest of the season here, as despite coming up short here, still a great start to the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking. I wanted to see myself go on. I wanted to get the role. I wanted to win it all, be that debutant of the season. Um, yeah, I mean, it really sucks to go out this way. I feel like, I actually got a little hopeful too with the first game. I had a ton of ammo in my hands, like I said, but, I just didn't quite get enough time to do it. And then it went downhill after that, where I just really I was drawing numbers. I'm pretty sure, other than that first game, all of my ammo was pretty much out on the table, other than maybe a single chainable. Um, so it hurts. I'm really proud of the games that I did play, and that I was able to come back with such high deficits without much ammo. But at the end of the day, Sky got the ammo, got the huge chains, got all the draw twos, and eventually you can only keep up with so much. So I look forward to T2, and hopefully breaking through next time. But for now, it's a bittersweet ending.
All right, thank you, AiCoVT again. Just kind of in general, great run for you overall. Unfortunately, it does not quite end the way you were hoping for, but again, still plenty of opportunities here throughout the season, including with the rolls here. Still a lot of opportunities to get a Final Four roll as we go along, but still a great showing for you. For Sky, I mean for Sky, really, it's pretty crazy. Sky has been here since the start of this division, because technically the league started in 2023, but that was only one division. The D2 came in the second year, so that was when the promotion relegation happened. But Sky has been here since the start, and this is their ninth tournament here. Had not made a regional final prior to this tournament here, and really has kind of finally broken out here, and will now be going to the Final Four for the first time ever. Has not done it before in Emory, and has done it in very cardiac fashion. I mean, there has been very few smooth games for Sky in terms of getting through it. Has had to sweat it out throughout this tournament here, but managed to get the job done here. We'll move on to the Final Four, and will now be um, anxiously spectating to see who they will play with our next match coming up in about an hour. Um, yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff here, all things considered. I don't know why this is not working. Okay, I'm trying to update the bracket, but it's electing to not work, so that's a little unfortunate. Uh, that is not okay. I don't know what's going on here. It's only doing gray and white. I don't know if it's doing that. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna have the. I'm not gonna be able to have the actual specific bracket updated here. Um, I'm having issues with it, but it'll be updated in the write up. But Sky gets the win 5-4, moves on to the final four as you saw here. We'll play the winner of the snowboarding region, and we are halfway to determining our final four here. We got two more matches here today, one in about an hour. The other one, we're still a little murky. It will happen tonight, but it might be 8 p.m., it might be 9 p.m. We're still not 100% sure, but it will be coming up at some point tonight. But make sure you tune in for that one. As in an hour, we got snowboarding region with KGS number 3 seed against Devon, the 16th seed. First time we've had a 16th seed in the regional finals here. Um, Actually, we could go to the other brackets here. KGS Devon, 16th seed, has never made it to the regional finals before. Devon looking to make history once more, make the final four as a 16th seed for the first time ever. That would be pretty crazy. And then to wrap up the evening, we'll be in the figure skating region with Telna and Dilemon. This will be our second Australia versus Australia matchup here. We will see who emerges the winner. The last two players here from Australia. So whoever wins this will be the best player from Australia for this tournament, and claim the unofficial crown of best Uno player from the land down under. But that'll do it for us. We'll be back in about an hour. If you enjoyed this stream, make sure to check out our page. We have the Discord linked in the I think the description of our channel here. So if you'd like to join in on the league for the next tournament, make sure to follow that and get more updates as we go along. Fairy Tale February is also going to be continuing on for today. Here we got some more matches coming up for that as it goes along, but continuing this very packed day for the league here. 11 matches overall at the start of the day. We're about halfway through now, so make sure you stick around here. But again, we'll be back in about an hour or so. But until then, on behalf of the Emory Uno Commission team, our ref Scars, who I do again thank him very much for filling in on short notice on that one, and then both our players, including everyone else who came out to watch. Thank you all so much for watching this stream here. As I mentioned before, check out our socials in our for our channel, including the Discord server and also the Instagram, which I don't think is very active, but we might try to get that active again soon. But um, we'll be back with some more February Flurry. Again, congratulations to the Sky on the victory for making it into the Final Four. Half the Final Four has been determined. We will get our next participant in about an hour. But until then, I'm G-Man. Take care, everyone, and stick around. We'll be back with some more February Flurry action.